Hi guys, it's Misminiature here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have another speed build. This is a summery manor or a Spanish manor, or just, it reminds me of a nice warm climate where you would have this home. So I was feeling inspired by one, we've had some really warm weather lately, and two, I drive past a home that is similar to this on my way to work every morning, and it does not fit in to the area that it's in, which makes me like it even more because it's so unique for the area. Like, all the other houses are like a regular modern family home with siding. I mean, they're nice and everything, but then there's this home that just doesn't fit in at all, which I love. It's really cool. It's not exactly like this one. It was just the architecture was based off the same idea, because the one I drive past in the morning is on a hill, and you only really see the top level of the home, and the rest is kind of hidden by this hill. So all you see is the top level and all the landscaping they have, which is really extensive and also very uncommon for the area. But yeah, I really like it, and it always catches my eye on my way to work. So I decided that it was summery. I was feeling that I should do a summerish home, so this is what I came up with, and I really liked it. I looked on Pinterest for pictures of Spanish architecture, and that is what I tried to go with. I think it turned out pretty well. And everything in it is usable. I did playtest it. I have a sim that I actually built it for. He's a music-loving, romantic sim who is a bit of a snob, but I guess we can forgive him for that. So he lives here, and I thought that he would just really like this home. I think you'll see what he looks like. If you wanted to download him off the gallery, he's there, but you'll see what he looks like in the little end video where I show off the house. I was a little bit iffy about this deck area. I wasn't sure if I really liked how I did that roofing with the fence, but I left it. I think it looks okay, and I feel like it goes really well with this style of home, so I did leave it. Although when I first recorded or first started building this home, I did play around with that a lot, but for your guys' sake, I cut it out just because I played around with it a lot, and I didn't want you to have to sit through that the whole time, so I left my final decision and showed that instead of all the different ways that I tried to play around with it. So if I post this on time, today is patch day, so happy patch day, or if I post it tomorrow, happy Good Friday, and if I'm really late and don't post it until Sunday, happy Easter. Yeah, hopefully I get it up tonight because, well, that would be good. I have been a little slack lately. I've had this cold, it's not even so much that I couldn't build, it's that I sounded like I smoked, 2 packs a day for the last year. So I really didn't want to record with that voice, and my voice still isn't that great, but it's a lot better than it was. So I'm gonna record, and I really want to get it up because I'd like being in a routine, and today, well, not today, but this week my routine was just really screwed up. Like, usually I like to build Sundays, Mondays, and then I edit the videos, and then, or on Monday I edit the videos, and then on Tuesday I go to a workout class with my friend. And when I come home, I like to record then because I have a lot of energy from the class and I'm really excited and pumped up. So I like that. That's when I like to record my voiceovers because I'm not tired. I'm not like foggy or stressed out from work. I'm usually really in a good mood on Tuesday nights, and that's when I like to record. And I record until I'm either too tired or I finish, and then I export the video, and I'll either watch TV or I'll go to sleep, and then I'll usually start uploading it to YouTube Wednesday morning, and then I like to post Wednesdays. But that didn't happen this week, obviously, because today's Thursday, and I'm only just starting my voiceover. So, yeah, that's my process if you were ever wondering. And Right, patch day. So that's what I really wanted to talk about. Today's patch was the plant sim, which I'm really excited about. I didn't play around with them a whole lot in The Sims 3, but I did play around with them a lot in The Sims 2. And if you guys remember, they came out with the Seasons pack in The Sims 2. Now, I don't think they're trying to hint that, hey guys, Seasons might be coming out. I think that they just thought that this was like a good idea for springtime, which I agree. But it would be really cool if they were hinting that Seasons could be coming out, but I doubt it, because in The Sims 3, they came out with University Life and not Seasons. So, I don't know. Either way, I'm excited to play around with them. I haven't even gotten to try it out yet because I just updated my game and I was like, no, you can't play until you finish this voiceover and then you can go play around. So I'm gonna finish this and do as good as a job as I possibly can, and then I'm gonna go play and see what it's like. Like I said, the last time I really played around with the plant sims was in The Sims 2, and I know you had to stay outside a lot because they needed sunlight, and that's really all I can remember, which, I think I'm doing pretty well that I even remembered that they came out with the Seasons pack, because how long ago did The Sims 2 come out? Like, really? That's so long. And I've definitely come a long way as a builder definitely since The Sims 2, because in The Sims 2, I didn't even, put roofs on my Sims' houses. I used to always get that pop-up notification when it was snowing or raining. They're like, oh, weather is getting in your house. You might want to put roof to protect your Sims from the elements. And, yeah, so I've definitely come a long way. I could have never imagined me building something like this when I used to play The Sims, the original Sims, or The Sims 2, or really even The Sims 3. I mean, The Sims 3 I was starting to get better as a builder, definitely as a decorator, but, I've come a long way, and I'm enjoying this. I'm having a lot of fun with these builds, and yeah. So, I should probably talk about the build a little bit, since I really haven't talked about this one very much. I do enjoy how I did the landscaping. I really like this, landscaped nook over here. It's just kind of a private area where you can sit and have your own thoughts. I really like this area. I imagine if I live here, I would spend a lot of time right here. Probably curled up reading a book or just sitting enjoying the sunshine. It's just a cozy little area that I liked. I imagine that the Sims that lived here would probably bring some of his romantic partners here, and he could sit and talk to them here and have a private little talk or chat. Or maybe he'd try to woo them here, use some pickup lines. Who knows? I haven't played with him a whole lot. All he really did was playtest this home and make sure everything worked and meet his neighbors, so he hasn't lived a very exciting life yet. But that's alright, he's gonna become a plant sim, so that should be exciting for him. Anyway, we are almost on to the interior. I'm just kind of building his little sun area or porch area where he can go to eat, and this doesn't matter in The Sims right now because there isn't any seasons, but I love the little entranceways because they give you that shelter from the outdoors while still giving you the I'm outdoors feel, so I like that. And if for ever some reason it's pouring down rain and you don't have your keys in your hand, you have to dig through your purse, you don't have to stand out in the rain with these entranceways, which is very convenient because no one wants to stand in the rain and get soaked while you're just trying to get into your house, so I like them. They're quite practical. Obviously not everyone forgets their keys when they get out of the car, but if they did, I'm a forgetful person. Sometimes I get home from work, I just want to get out of my car, get into the house, and I don't think to grab my keys out of my purse before I get out of the car because, that would be the sensible thing to do. Anyway, so I just find the entranceway is really practical, and I find architecturally, they just kind of tie the house together, give it that little extra bit of, little extra to the exterior of the home. Anyway, so you are going to see me change these floors a couple times. All the pictures I looked at on Pinterest, it was a lot of stonework or a lot of wood throughout the houses, and I wanted to give that a try. but I do like what I have now, but I do change it because I felt that where it was doors that were kind of leaving it almost connected as if it was really one big continuous room, that the floors should be continuous. So I did change it to all the flooring being the same, which I do like, but I like this as well, and I was really torn between which I was going to do, because I kept changing it back and forth. I cut that out because it would have been like 15 minutes of me just going, which do I like better? So I did end up going with the continuous floor throughout, but if you liked this, it's very easy for you to change it back. And I believe this floor was less expensive, so you'd even save some money. But I did just go pretty much marble throughout the whole house, which for me, that would be awful because that would be so cold on my feet unless you wanted to spend a whole bunch of money and get in-floor heating, and maybe that's what this sim would do. But I also imagine where this house is, it's a lot warmer than my climate, so the floors being cold would actually probably be like a welcome thing. But here, it would not be. I have tile in a couple of rooms of my house, and I don't like walking on it. It's so cold. And I'm just a generally cold person. Well, not cold like mean, but I'm always cold. So I'm right now I'm wrapped in a blanket and have 2 pairs of socks on, a sweater, and it's nice outside. So yeah, marble floor all throughout a house would just not be my cup of tea. Anyway, that was a really long ramble, so back to the build. I did use a lot of paintings in this home. I wanted it to feel as maybe if he was a collector. I mean, I know his trait is an art lover, but that doesn't mean that you can't love art just because it's not a trait. Anyway, so I wanted to fill this home with a lot of paintings, and I do duplicate some of them, I know, but I just thought that those paintings went best with that room, so I did duplicate some. Especially there's 2 that are on either side of the door, and I just felt that it would be best if they were the same, just for that symmetrical feel. Anyway, just if you're wondering if I know that I used a painting more than once, yeah, I know. So like I said, I do jump around a little bit in this build. I just felt like the kitchen was a little bit too empty, and he had a dining room, but he should have a island where he could eat, maybe if he was in a hurry or he just didn't want to sit down formally. And when I was playtesting, one of those chairs doesn't work, so when at the end, I do only end up with 3, just so you know. And I didn't like how when you went into the house, it went right into the kitchen. I felt there needed to be a little bit of a barrier there. Even if I did use the open door, I felt that this gave it that, I don't know, more formal feel where you don't walk right into the kitchen. There is that little bit of break. And I built him a little hall closet, which I thought was a kind of cool touch. I haven't done that before. I usually just use like the closet that comes with the packs, but this, I built my own, and I liked how that turned out. I mean, it's useless. I mean, you can't do anything in there. There's no interaction with any of those objects, but I still think it looks cool, and that's what matters. Well, I mean, it doesn't. Who cares what I think? But I think it's cool. So he does have a spare bedroom up here, even though he doesn't have any children. Maybe he's planning on having children, or he could just use it as a little guest room if any of his friends wanted to spend the night and it wasn't a romantic partner. So, and I just didn't want to build it as a single bedroom home because there is so much extra space here. You could have, if your sim moved in here and they didn't like music, you could definitely change the whole upstairs very easily and make it like a party room. You could have like a dance floor there instead of the piano and the violin. Or you could leave it this way if your Sims loves music. It really doesn't matter, but there are a lot of options with this home, so I just thought I would throw that out there. And here, you can't use this, but I imagine that this is where you could sit and look out the window. I mean, it's not usable, but that is the idea I was going for. I was going to use the bench that I use at the end of the bed, but I felt it looked a little bit too bulky for that area. But if you wanted it to be usable and actually sit there and look out the window, you could put the bench there. I just felt that aesthetically the shelving looked better, even though it's not usable. So this is the master bath. I did make 2 entrances, one from the bedroom and the other one from the main area, music room, whatever you want to call it. But it's not an exclusive, like, his bathroom only, although it is fancier, and probably you wouldn't need to use his bathroom because there is the one downstairs, and that would be like your guest bathroom. This has the jacuzzi tub. It's definitely meant for like his use only, but I mean, if it was emergency, I don't think he would be mad if you had to use the bathroom. But maybe this is where he would just have, you know, his relaxing baths. I love that bathtub. I love the triangle bathtubs. There's so many places to put things, and obviously it's a jacuzzi, so what's not to love? Or I imagine it's a jacuzzi. Maybe it's not. But yeah, lots of extra space, and he does have some clutter on his counters, but then I put the shelving above, so he has lots of extra space. The thing I don't like about these shelves up there is that nothing fit up there. Like, not even that nail polish really wanted to go up there properly. So I struggled for a while trying to fit things up there, like the towels, the plants. Nothing wanted to fit on these shelves properly except for that bar of soap. Not even those tiny bottles of nail polish like wanted to fit there properly. I mean, I did get them with Control 9, but I mean, you can tell they're kind of into the wall. So yeah, that's why there's 2 things of the soap bars up there, because they fit properly. And he just needs a lot of extra soap. It's fine. So now we move on to the teen bedroom, or the spare bedroom. I did build it as if it was a teen bedroom, but it could easily be built or used as just a spare bedroom. But I liked how it turned out. I thought it is a little bit small. Like, I think it's smaller than the bathroom, which, you know, priorities. You need that jacuzzi tub. It's fine. But yeah, it is a little bit small, but it's quaint, I guess. You know, I mean, I didn't build it with like a whole lot of personality just because I didn't have a sim in mind for who would be living there. But there is the guitar, because if this sim was to be the father, then he's a music lover, so I think he would probably want his kid to really love music. So that's why I added the guitar, and I do change the music picture just because I ended up using the same one in the hall. And I know I used duplicate paintings, but it just looked weird with the same picture in 2 different rooms on the same wall, so I did change that. I also had to change an accent table that I had added into this room that I put a stereo on. For some reason, you couldn't use the stereo. I don't really see why. I mean, I just Control 9'd it up, so I felt like you should have been able to use it. But anyway, you couldn't, so I had to change it for just a regular end table. And then it did work. You'll see in the screenshots. It doesn't look as good, I don't find, but it is functional. So if you wanted non-functioning and better looking, you could just put that accent table back in rather than the end table. So this is the music room, or his entertainment room. It's the only room in the house that I used a vibrant color for on the walls. All the other rooms, as you saw, were pretty muted. And I'm sorry about the background noise. My dog is chewing on a bone, and I keep trying to give him different toys to chew on that are quieter, but he keeps going back to this bone. And hey, he's happy. I'm not going to fight him on it. At least he's not chewing my shoes or anything, so I'm going to let it go, even though it is super annoying. But like I said, I really want to get this done tonight, so I please forgive my dog and me. Anyway, so yeah, all the rest of the house was a little bit muted, and I felt that looked really good with the type of house it was, because you wanted the objects to be more bold rather than the wall colors. and that's why I chose the colors that I did. But for this room, I wanted it to be bright and vibrant where he would be playing all the time. So that's why I used this vibrant color in here. Except for the wall where the stairs are, because I felt that if I put a red halfway through, that would be kind of weird when you're coming up the stairs. So I used it the same color as the floor below, and I still think it looks pretty nice. Like, I don't think that that's like the colors clash or anything. So now I'm just going through and adding a couple more pictures, the bin, which you can't forget, and changing a few of the lights around, because like I said, I like to use those round ones for when I'm first building, but then I like to find a light that fits better with the room, because a lighting can make a big difference. And I do add a couple things on the balcony. The yoga mat and the meditation block are up there. I didn't add a barbecue because this area, I really wanted it to be somewhere where you could go relax and like watch the sunset or watch it rise if you're up early enough. So I didn't add a barbecue. Anyway, we are almost to the end, so thank you so much for watching. Bye.